First off, that song is Groovy Action by my boy Red Groovy though, man. So yeah, that's some shit off of his RU3 mixtape. So any artists out there, man, y'all want to send y'all music, man, go ahead, bro. Hit me up. I am your boy, Mr. Martial Arts Media. This is another great episode of Cartoons and Cuts. Shout out to Rosanna in the mother flipping chat. I had a great episode. I didn't get to talk about it the last time, but I had a great time on that series, 100% Chocolate. So I want to thank you for allowing me to come on your podcast. Shout out to Young Teezy too for allowing me to come on to his podcast too. I was on the report card. I actually like that title, for real. So shout out to Teezy for that one, man. It's a dope title. Yeah, hey girl, what's up? What they say? Hey friend. What's up, Chi? What up? So yeah, man. Yeah, thank you for allowing me to come on your podcast, man. Like I said, that was GA Action. We had a great conversation. And from there, you know, kind of piqued my interest, man. I wanted to dive a little deeper because I'm trying to end the gender war. And then also shout out to my girl when I was on I can't remember her name, but she had the podcast like what was it, like in the dungeon, the ISS podcast. Yeah, the ISS podcast. That shit was hot. Yeah. Thanks for tuning in. I really appreciate you. You know what I'm saying, for your time. It's a rainy day. It's another great episode of Cartoons and Cuts. I am your boy, Mr. Martial Arts Media, man, and today we are talking about who's tearing down our men. A real conversation on family, finance, and the system. All right, man. Like I said, it's been on my heart because we need to tear down and end this gender war that's going on in our community. And before I begin, this is not a point the finger session or we are bashing women session. No, this is not. It is all love and light because men are trash, women are trash. We are all trash equal, respectfully, goddamn me. Respectfully. It's just having that healthy dialogue, you know, to really address the elephant in the room. There he is. There goes the elephant right there. It's Justin Kickett in the building, guys. I'm just playing. It's all jokes, man. But yeah, no, for real though. So yeah, man. So what's good? Welcome back to another episode of CNC. Today we're getting into a topic that's been stirring up a lot of conversation. Why are young men being demonized, and how do we bridge the gap between men and women in our community? We all are trash. Straight up, we all are trash. Including myself. All right, I'm just playing. It's just jokes, right? Yeah, so for years, we've seen a shift in how men are perceived, especially in relationships and the family structure. Women are being told to never settle, but does that come at the cost of healthy relationships? We're also going to break down the financial literacy, the welfare state, and how the child support system has impacted black families. Are these systems really helping us or keeping us stuck? Now, look, I don't want this to be just me talking, and so I am taking calls today. Because I want to hear from y'all, you know. So how do we fix this? Are we blaming the wrong people? And what does the future look like for black families if we don't make some changes? I do got my boy. I'm going to introduce my guest when he comes on a little later. But I got a guest, Mark J. He's going to come in and highlight his background. And he's going to talk about from his perspective, you know. But so today we're going to break down and have a conversation that's long overdue in our community of why are young men being demonized? And who do women listen to? I really want to know that one. Like, who do women listen to? And it is both, you know, but I only got an hour to talk about one, you know. Last week, 2 weeks ago, I had my guests, Lyndall, Vo, and Yolanda on there. Shout out to them. And that was a great episode, great dialogue that we had because we got to talk about Um, we got to talk about from both perspectives, having a conversation of what we are seeing and hearing in our community. The fathers are missing in the home, which plays a very big part in this problem, man. So, um, how has the welfare state actually helped the child support impact our families, and most importantly, how do we fix it? So yeah, let's jump right on into it. Why are young men being demonized? So why where has this phrase of like men are trash became like common online? You know, the push for women to not settle in on how to exclude the average man for a dating conversation. Um, it's and then you see how the educational system also favors girls while young boys are often left behind. Um, we find in that a lot of times young men aren't really catered to in the educational system. You see a lot more women teachers. You know what I mean? Throughout the educational sector, your only teacher is a PE teacher half the time. You know, with respect to the black men that are out there. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of men, a lot of young boys aren't able to see men in a professional setting. Not really. Maybe on TV, but not as much or not as often in that way. Male teachers are heavily underrepresented. You know what I'm saying? You right, Rosie. I mean, but and it's not like that they're not underqualified or overqualified for the situation. It's where are they at, you know? And where's the phrase of like men are trash? Uh I'm gonna play this clip, you know. I want to play this clip real quick and I want to get y'all feedback. And this is a sister named Sister Shiraz Ali. And cause this just didn't start yesterday. Like this just didn't start with Kevin Samuels or you know what I mean? Like this is something that's been brewing for a long time. So I'm gonna play this clip of Sister Shiraz Ali, and this was back in 1990, so over 30 years ago. And y'all tell me what y'all think about this. If anybody in the chat that's watching this on YouTube, let me know. I'll let you boy.
For us, and we've always had books about black women, how great and how strong we are, and we are that. I'm just saying that we have used our strength in the wrong direction. We have used it against our men instead of standing up for them. And if we start to support our men and to speak a good word for him publicly, then so many people won't be able to come against him and tear him down, and he won't have to feel so frustrated, and he won't be outside away from us looking for peace of mind with women of other nationalities, because we actually want our own black man. We need him back in our homes, and we want to have one. We're just living in a culture where they're trying to convince us that not only do we not need a man, but there's some other options to having one, and those options mainly are celibacy or lesbianism.
There's an old saying that says charity begins at home and spreads abroad, and
Absolutely.
in your book you say that we are not bringing up our daughters and our sons in a correct manner to respect their fathers.
No, we're not.
Everybody's getting fed up with black people except for black people.
Interesting to see the black communities in Chicago and New York screaming bloody murder now because these illegal immigrants are coming into your towns. I've been warning you black folks in the inner cities for years.
You know what he wanted to say. I've been trying to warn you niggas.
The white liberal politician is your enemy. Malcolm X said it in 65. He's a fox. He says that he's going to help you for his own personal agenda. But yet you'll keep voting for these white fucking liberal politicians that don't give a about you.
Every election, 92% of the black vote goes to Democrat. If that just drops to 80%, the Republicans will win in a landslide. We don't need all of them to wake up. We just need about 5% of them to wake up. The other 80% of them niggas can stay asleep. They can stay in that coma. I don't understand, man. They just got this allegiance to liberals. I don't know why. It's like in the black culture, they feel that they're obligated because they're black. They should vote for liberal politicians.
I see you got an anti-DEI shirt on, so
Okay. Yeah, so those two clips, straight up. Where the applause? Woo woo. Yeah, Sister Shiraz Ali, she said it best, man. We not raising our kids to respect us, to respect men. Men are not being respected in these spheres. And we've been duped. The women's society have been duped out of the feminist movement. The feminists and the democratic movement have really removed the man out of our communities and have then demonized us, saying that men are this, men are that, when we haven't done nothing more than what the average man has done. And you know, I'm not condoning violence. I'm not condoning cheating, but you see a lot more communities staying together versus ours. And they shit stink too. You know what I mean? But yet they seeing the value of the family structure. We don't see the economical value in having a family unit. We don't see that the true way to get to generational wealth is to have a generation. How can we attain generational wealth if we all are in single parent household? How can you do that and we all have a step mama, a step daddy, a step brother? What generational wealth are we creating? And we need to be careful because the universe is very funny. Because what you say is what you get. And if you're not specific in what you're saying, you're still going to get it. So if you're saying that you want to create generational wealth, well, for who? Because a single parent household creates generational wealth for the system, for the government system. Now, look, you having people now today that are making money. Sisters, y'all killing it. Brothers, y'all killing it. You know what I mean? Fathers, y'all killing it. All right. So if it don't apply, just let it fly. You at Lambert Airport. You finna pack your bags and you going to mind your business. Goddamn me. If it doesn't apply, let it fly. But the point that I'm reaching at is that we got to get back to loving ourselves. We got to get back to having a family. She said, but where and when did that start? It goes deep now. If you go back, I'm glad you asked. When and where does it go? Because it does go deep. It happened under your boy in the 64 rights era. It takes two, man. We got duped out of our man. And I think this the clip. Right, Chan?
They did not tell us that all of that.
Boom. I'm going to tell you right here, Sister Shiraz Ali is going to answer that question that you just asked, Rosanna. Here goes this clip. When and where did it start? The feminist movement. The 64, not the Civil Rights Act, but the welfare state that they implemented. I talked about it on the Trojan Horse, on my Trojan Horse episode. That's when it started. Once when they implemented the social service, I said, go and watch the movie Claudine. Go and watch it. And there you will find when it started, when they replaced social dollars, food stamp, affordable housing, all of that in the name of poverty and trying to help you, but you got to get rid of your man. Here's the clip. You ready, Jay? Check it out.
They did not tell us that all of that, being my own person and I'm independent, would lead to separation, loneliness, celibacy, and lesbianism. They didn't tell us that if you give up the man, you're going to take one of these things and it's worse and it will destroy your nation. They didn't give us that information. They made us think that it was some kind of glorified position to brag about the fact that I got my own job, my own credit card, my own car, so I don't need no man. I don't even know how we got that mixed up. Ain't none of that got nothing to do with being with no man. You know. We have some serious relationship problems that nobody has been able to address us on because everybody wants to pretend that this is not going on. Over 60% of our women are single, widowed, separated, or divorced. They don't have a man. I just came out of Florida, and they got a housing complex that the Urban League built, which is a black organization that is for women and children only. They say they don't allow any men in there. I didn't have time to deal with it, but I talked about them real bad. That's the silliest program I've ever heard of. The women that had men if they got a bunch of children. They need fathers. My position is that the black woman's disrespect and rebellion against the leadership and the authority of the black man is a direct cause of the breakdown in our black family structure. Now, of course, there are many black people who consider those fighting words because as black women, we have never been subject to the kind of examination that our men have been subject to since we have been here. We have been somewhat protected and shielded from any kind of critiquing about our personal behavior, whereas our men have always been up for examination.
And I know many of you out there are struggling with being a good black woman.
Whoo! I think that last point is so on par, man. You can't critique it. We can't critique our women. And like I said, I'm not here to bash us. Okay, you watched it. Great. I'm not here to bash you. I'm just here to shed some light on the situation. Women, y'all are the mothers of the nation. So you all are our first teachers. Okay? You know what I mean? You all are our first teachers. And a lot of this stuff starts at home. So I'm saying that we have to adopt a brand new mindset for the next 30 years. Right now, it's up to our generation right now. We all are doing our part to break a generational curse. And the curse is welfare. The curse is single parent household. And the curse is the nigga culture. We got to end the nigga culture. We have got to end. And when I mean nigga, I mean the true definition of to be ignorant, of not knowing. We got to stop it. It's not cool no more. We got to end it. It has to become cool to be smart and talk about politics and finance and to come together. Oh, and I forgot to mention that this is Happy Financial Service Month. Goddammit. So it's this that month to talk about finance. Says you can't blame it all. I say 3% of most women been mistreated, and I say most of black men never stood a chance due to the justice system. I would say, I don't know. We need real statistical data on that. What I know for certain is that under our community, we now have a 78% single parent household, which is predominantly ran by women. So these men today, me and any other brother that you probably see on the streets, 78%, there's a 78% chance they were raised by their mother. Okay? Now, why are men PUSSYs? No disrespect. But I'm going to tell you, women know that y'all have some jealous mothers. I've heard some horror stories. Not all moms are sweet and kind. Not today's. Not all grandmas are sweet and kind. Not all situations that people are bred in is sweet and kind. So a lot of people grew up in some aggressive, mistreated behaviors and opportunity. You know what I'm saying? Probably were mismanaged, if you will. I want to tread lightly and I want to be most respectable as I can for people's feelings and everyone out there in the atmosphere. Let me just be totally clear. She said, only because of the welfare system, but also because the world is scared of the black man. We keeping it right here. Let's not goalpost shift. We're talking about right here. The world it's not about that. It's the fact that we as black people, men and women, we don't love each other else. Don't talk about the world. Let's talk about our community, our world right now. We don't love each other. We not in here trying to say, hey, how you doing? Don't call me king. Don't call me queen. Call me sir. Call me ma'am. Nod. Smile when you look at me. Not every guy, fellas, you should not always try and holler at every woman that you see. But you can speak. How you doing? Hey, how you doing? You know what I'm saying? Ladies, it is okay to say thank you when a man opens up the door for you. Now, if it's not you, you at Lambert's. You at Lambert's. If this is not you, then it doesn't apply. Let it fly. Okay? But if you are not saying thank you to a man when he opens up the door, we constantly spreading that perpetual hate. It's the small things. It's the small things, the small actionable steps that we can take to show that we have just a little bit more compassion. Just a little bit more understanding for one another. That's what I'm saying. That's where we start at today. I'm not saying it's gonna take overnight, but it's the small steps that we can take. Why is it that we just a little more kinder to white people or other people races, but not to ourselves? How do we know? We the only race that kills each other more than any other race. Only us. It's only us that's killing each other more than anybody else. And we keep wanting to blame the white man, the world, the crack, the whatever. And it's us. It's our music. All we want to do is rap about being the next D-boy, how many Dracos I got, and how many Niggas I done killed today. And we dancing to it, and we twerking to it, and we demonizing you if you not down with it. You a lame. So we keep saying that men ain't trash, right? Men are trash. But y'all hopping in the same car with the same dudes that's going around killing our community. So you trash. Wait a minute, we all trash because wait a minute, if I'm not in the streets condoning that same type of thing, guess what? I'm trash. Yo. So we all are trash. Do you understand what I'm saying, guys? Like, we all are trash in the eyes of another black person. And how do you treat trash? Like shit. And how we getting treated? Like shit. And what do you do to shit? You just waste it. You just throw it away. You just step over it. What is happening to us in our community? Anywhere. So when does it end? When does it end? It can start right now. We the most intelligent and the most freest race at all time right now. Freer than our mamas and our daddies and our grandparents. But we got to get kind. We got to start loving each other. The difference is between now and back in the 60s, they stayed together longer and they generated more wealth than they had. They had more money than we did today. They was able to buy houses than we are today. Single women are the number one housing owners right now. They killing it. Shout out to you. Shout out to you. Okay, y'all killing it. But what about the family? What about the family? What about the man? What about the kids? What about your son? What does he see? Why do you think more young men are becoming gay? Maybe because they see women as more stronger than men. So maybe they hate themselves as a man because they don't see themselves strong enough They don't see no strong men in the world, so they might as well become a strong woman. You see that ideology? And you reinforce it by saying you don't need a man, I don't need a man, I don't need a man, a nigga, I don't need a man, I don't need a man, I don't need a man. It's on so many different songs in today's world. So why do you think these little boys is turning into girls quicker than a girl will want to be a boy? And I bet you see the convert rate ratio of a woman changing, of a girl becoming a boy coming back to a girl quicker. Because it ain't no fun being a man. It's hard work. You get ridiculed. All right? And you get demonized in your own community. We got to start loving each other, man. We got to come harder than this, man. How did the child support, how did child support hurt us, right? And I think I already talked about this, you know, the stronger family versus the post-welfare single mother rising hood, and then the man in the house rule. So I ain't got to reinforce that. But the child support is really killing us as a black family. Many men who want to be active in their child's life are still placed on child support. You know, and people can say, oh, just go to court. Just go to court. Just go to court. Court's expensive, all right? You can or can't get a lawyer, sure. But now you got to study the law. So that takes time. You still got to work. But it's easy to file a motion for child support as a woman. You just, even as a man, I done heard plenty of times, man, it's easy to just go and put yourself on child support. What the H? So it's easy to file a motion of that. Just go get some food stamps. Just go get some food stamps. And if the man was loving enough to put his name on the birth certificate, he will get demonized because the state is coming to collect that money in child support. So now you got men saying, well, I don't even want to sign the birth certificate. I'm just signing away our rights. You see how we just giving up our freedom of even taking care of our child because the state is telling you to, is incentivizing you to, is telling you that it's easier that way because court's expensive, the lawyer is expensive, you don't know the law. You got to take some time to do it. And then more and more women keep getting on child support, keep getting on it, keep getting on it, keep getting on it. Now, if you need it, again, you are at where? Lambert. I don't even know why you at Lambert. You probably are now at JFK, goddamn me. Why are you still here? Why are you still here? Doesn't apply, so let it fly. God damn it. Proceeds in the building, man. What's up, bro? Appreciate you, man. Straight up, man. Spreading that love, man. What's good with it, bro? So yeah, man, I'm just saying. Man, so look, I'm gonna play another clip, bro. Single fathers in the building. That's what I'm talking about, bro. And again, man, we gotta come together as a community. As a community, man. And the last word, the suffix of community is what? Unity. Queen Latifah song, U-N-I-T-Y. It's my alibi. We need it, man. We need it, bro, or else we gonna keep in this remedial system of losing our kids. Child support's not helping us. It's hurting us. Fathers don't have no money to save away for their retirement. Your motherfucking checks is getting garnished. Your motherfucking license will be taken. Your motherfucking passport is gone. Now what, man? And it's a constant system. What does that say to our little boys? Can you imagine a little boy seeing that his dad is on child support who wants to see his kids? You see it all on the internet. So he probably is like, you know what? I don't even want to be a man no more. Maybe I should become a transgender. Maybe I should be a woman. Because it's no fun being a man. Have y'all ever thought about that? That's a different angle, man. You know what I'm saying, man? Eric, bro, what the word, good, man? Appreciate you. enter in the chat, man. Look, I'm gonna roll another clip, bro. Kind of again because these are not just my words. This is just research. This is just what's really happening in our community. You feel me? Bro, here we go right here. And this will explain everything, why we got here and who's our true enemy. Who's our true enemy? It's not our women. It's not our women, bro. But it goes back to the question of saying, well, who are they voice? Who do they listen to? And you know who they listen to, man? It's the Democrats, bro. You guessed it. Hey, you ready, bro? You can roll this next clip. Oh, right.
There is a mythology that exists that the parties did some sort of bait and switch in the 1960s, and that Republicans now are the Democrats. The Republicans have always been, quote unquote, the racists that used to be called Democrats, and the Democrats were not. But let's just kind of let's ask this question. As the South has become remarkably less racist, right? It's become more Republican.
Yeah.
As the South has opened up its economy and its laws, it's become more Republican. Secondly, I think this is important, which is what is the through line of the Democrat Party? It goes from owning slaves to keep them on plantation, to Jim Crow laws, to keeping Black Americans down through persistent government programs. It's not about uplifting liberation. It's not about getting a better life. It's about constant control. The Democrat Party is about control. The Republican Party is about freedom. Do you know the Republican Party started on one issue? In Ripon, Wisconsin. Someone can fact check me. 1860 or 1854, 1862. On one issue, anti-slavery party. The Republican Party started as a party of freedom, and it remains that party of freedom to this day.
Jay-Z got a bill. Didn't Kanye get one? If a woman is single for a long time, like 2 years, 3 years or more, it ain't because something's wrong with her, most likely. More than likely, it's because she's intelligent. What I'm saying is intelligent women, they have the smallest dating pool because they have the least amount of tolerance for BS. Like an intelligent woman cannot stomach a man who can't teach her anything. An intelligent woman can't tolerate a man that can't mentally stimulate her or that she has to explain every little thing to. An intelligent woman, she's the most likely to be insulted by a man who thinks that he can play in her face like she's dumb. Then add to the fact that, yes, she's intelligent, so therefore she gathers information and she acts on it more effectively than most, which means she's not going to continue repeating the same bad relationship over and over again with a different man for years on end. She'd just rather be single. They're also not easily rattled by that whole, oh, you're going to die alone. You're going to be single until you die, because they're smart enough to understand it's better to be happy until you die alone than to live miserably every single day feeling like you're dying inside.
Are we back? Yeah, man. So, welcome back, man. I got my boy Dre Montez in the building, man.
What up?
I'm actually glad you came on, bro. H. Cross said, man, we need to talk. I asked my kids, and we still put on that child support shit. Man, definitely, it's egregious, bro. It's egregious. It is egregious. It's a crime. We need to abolish it, bro. But Dre, man, thank you so much for chiming in, bro. What do you think about that clip? And I know you was listening in the back too, but what do you think about in that clip? Because I was kind of looking at your face in that reaction, man. So what do you think?
When I see men in position like that, first thing I look at is his hand. I couldn't tell if was he married or not.
He is.
He's married. Okay, because when I hear men speaking like that, they speaking for both sides, more from a female side than a male side. I'm not going to give an intelligence fact on the reason why people are single. When you've been through enough, you take a break. When you're satisfied, you take a break. But it goes on everybody differently. There's no intelligence fact. I like his point of view, but I'm not going to say I agree with that side. Everybody has their own story. It's like the dating pool right now. You think California is wild dating pool. Dating pool, period, across the way is wild because nobody is truthful with each other.
Exactly.
AI in the internet and manipulation is at an all-time high. At all time. Nobody is real with one another. Mm-hmm. I have yet to see the last time somebody wrote down a phone number on a piece of paper with their name and gave it to somebody and said, call me on it. That hasn't happened since the 80s probably. Probably since the 80s. Those days are over with. Now they want to text, inappropriately message you, and use these other devices called WhatsApp.
It was spam, Rich.
So it's all over the place when it comes to that connection nowadays. But his words, what he said, I get what he's saying.
Yeah.
But it's just like a man over 30, a black man over 35 with no kids.
Mm-hmm.
Why nobody want him? What's the danger zone with that?
Oh, they be saying that. They be saying a lot of those guys in today's
Anytime,
where he kind of gay or something.
You meet a brother over 30 with no kids, women run.
Yep.
Not toward, away.
Yep.
Oh, that's suspect. What? You brought up the movie Claudine. Tell me a man in our time that's gonna be with a woman with 7+ kids.
I actually, man, not 7+, but I got a partner. Shout out to him, man. He took on a woman and she had 5 kids and he had 2 that made 7.
That ain't nothing. No, kids not yours at all.
They wasn't his.
Right.
He took on 5 that wasn't his.
Right, 5 ain't nothing.
It's 2 less than 7.
I think Claudine is 8 or 9.
Hey, yeah, I mean, still, that's a lot, though.
In the 70s?
Yeah.
As a garbage man? Man, come on. And then the child support you were talking on, Anthony Edwards, everybody want to praise what he did, paying 18 years up front. What if that was one of our homies in today's time and that happened to him?
Man.
He going to jail. What that praise that for him?
Right.
We'll be blaming a woman more than anything. Pam, you wrong for that. You know that boy 23 years old? And then if that's our friend, we yelling at him for not strapping up.
Yep.
But nobody talks about that. We praise these athletes for the wrong thing.
I mean, it's egregious, man. Kind of sticking on that whole point, though, of Claudine and the child support thing. These 2 things has ruined the system. Now, I don't blame them. If I had $100,000 and I could pay out my child support in advance, go ahead. Go ahead. Why not? It makes it so hard for a man to be active in his child's life. My boy right here, he said he got his kids and he's still on child support. He has custody of them.
I have one of the craziest child support stories ever. To make it real short, sweet, and simple, I fault child support. They've given the money to the wrong person. Mm-hmm. Nobody believed me. So I took a stance. And when you take a stance against the law and you're a person of color, you're usually going to lose, which I lost. But at the end of the situation, when I got done with it, I was right in my convictions. I was telling the truth. And they apologized to me. If I took legal action that they wanted me to, it would probably destroy my whole family because people would go to jail.
Right.
You took money that didn't belong to you, and you knew it. You knew it. But the fact that at the end I was right, I feel good about it. It's a messed up situation. If you get divorced, have a house, and have a kid, there's nothing in the paperwork that puts anything on a woman. Everything goes to the man.
Everything.
You got to give it a house.
Everything.
Wife support, child support. There's nothing in a marriage, in the license, the paperwork, for the man.
Nothing.
I'm not knocking marriage, but just understand what you're getting yourself into. I've been down that road 4 times.
And that's what a lot of people talk. Hey, Frost, if you still in, bro, you want to chime in on this conversation, the hotline is 515-599-1687. Again, 515-599-1687. And with that being said, like, a lot of men are opting out of marriages, are opting out of being men in society, period, because they seeing that the role of it is like there's no reason. There's no true benefit. So that when you ask the question, well, what do you bring it to the table? And they're like, oh, I can make you happy or whatever. Happiness is a phase. What is the benefit of actually being married to this person? Because we know legally, we know the repercussions. And I think if people understood that a little bit more, that as a man, we're risking a lot. It's a loss. It's a loss to take on that responsibility, especially when you have a government that incentivizes you to be single. I mean, look at it with the tax codes. Married people, they lose more money when they file together, when they file joint than single. They be saying, man, me and my wife, we file single because we going to lose money with our annual income. But damn. You split the house, like you say, you get divorced, alimony automatically goes down. You know what I'm saying? If you're not married and y'all have kids, guess where the kids going? Automatically down.
With her.
So there's no true benefit in this society for a man, period.
We have to pave our own way.
And, there's nothing wrong with that, but I think and I know that if we live in this society too, if we decide to keep living here, then we need to have some laws that's comparable for us.
Right.
We can't keep sitting on and just sitting on by and just letting this shit happen to us and keep getting steamroll. There's no reason why the Democrat Party is bullying us like that and telling us that, women don't need a man, women don't need a man, women don't need a man. And our women are believing that. That's who they base are as. No one's coming to talk to the black man. Well, why? Because we're being demonized. And they're specifically targeting on women. Andrew Jackson did it best by segregating the women and the kids and destroying them, and that's how you control the men. That's what's going on. And so, like, what I'm saying, like, that's what's going on and how they're treating us on a political sphere. Mm-hmm. You feel me?
Yeah. Now back what you said about the marriage thing, the portrayal of marriage today. I remember 10, 12 years ago, every month somebody was getting married that you knew. You get an invitation to a wedding. I have yet to get one. I haven't had a wedding invitation over a year. Nobody gets married. They're shacking up in a minute. They'll let a man move in within 10 days of knowing them.
Yep.
That's the new protocol. We can meet on Facebook dating, in these dating websites. That night, 2 days later, I'm going to take your kid to school or sit there with your kid while you go to the store real quick that I don't even know and don't know me. You're going to let me drive your car that night and you don't have a driver's license.
Yep.
But the thought of marriage is out of the book. It's out of the question.
Out of there. Everybody like Jody. It was the Jody.
Everything in television and entertainment is about the individual. It's nothing about a group or teamwork anymore. It's showing you every failing movement in hip-hop, every failing moment in sports transactions, every collaboration that we saw and thought was a good thing, they're selling us the backstory now. Oh, that wasn't a good idea.
Yep.
They shouldn't have never done that. They're not showing us the dream and the foundation and the outlook of teamwork anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody believes in teamwork. Oh, I got to do this all by my damn self. You can't do nothing by yourself but go to the bathroom.
That's it.
Can't do nothing.
And talk to the people in the shit zone, man. But you're not lying, though. But great point. I remember growing up watching TV. The old sitcoms, it used to be the mom and the pop, one family. You know what I'm saying? Older brother, older sister, da-da-da-da. Then it was a switch. Somehow it was always just a single parent. It was mom and the kids, or dad and the kids, and somebody always mysteriously died. Always pushing that narrative, well, I just had to be strong by myself. And that's that narrative that they push. That whole, I don't need a man, I don't need nobody narrative, and we soak it up. That's why I say, like, who is really, where are we getting this demonization from? Like, who is our true enemy?
Hollywood.
Ding, ding, ding.
They did it with a TV show in the 80s called Kate and Allie.
Mm-hmm.
It was two women raising kids together. They never explained their relationship in the show, but there was never a male. Kate and Allie. They were the first show to do it.
Mm-hmm.
To show you that, and you're seeing, as you said as a kid, seeing mom and dad in the television show as a family, the kids, got the typical kids room with posters on the wall,
yep,
bunk bed and the system. The ideal room you thought you would have as a kid when you saw it on TV. That was the mentality back then.
The nuclear
family. But now, it's across the board when you look at American television right now.
Yep.
It is, the expectations are, you just never know what the family makeup, the demographics of the family is anymore. As long as there's love involved, I don't care.
That's it.
That's the bottom line. I think we've went away from the love. I think we've went more into the propaganda and the clicks and the likes and the bait than the actual true meaning.
Right.
We went away from that. We're trying to be part of something. We keep telling people, stop joining gangs, stop being affiliated with these groups. But you got another group over here trying to get together on this fake bullshit.
Yep.
And it's hard to bring the people back from the fake into reality on more meaningful things because no one is listening. Everybody's talking, but nobody's listening.
Man, that's so true with that point. We definitely going through a period where I'm seeing in myself as our race, the more technology we get is getting dumber and dumber. And it's cool. And it's cool to be dumb. That's why I was saying, man, it's just so cool to be dumb and this, that, and the third. You got blicks and chicks and all of this shit. Dude said it best, like, we are going through an identity crisis where, we're self-destroying ourselves because we don't want to be our true self.
I don't think people know what that is. COVID gave people time by themselves. The government gave them manipulation formula. And the true lazy people figured it out on how to take advantage and to get ahead without working, without trying, without putting a foot forward. Sitting in their house, wearing bonnets and flip-flops in a robe, made anywhere from $500,000 up to $13 million.
Yep.
Off of a scam trick the government gave the whole playbook to. Everybody in front, they were paying attention. Like the Kia video, and we saw what you could do with a USB port.
Yep.
You know, things of that nature. That when people saw the opportunity, the right people jumped ahead and said, I can do this. Ain't nothing wrong with 5 years after they find out 10 years later. I can do that. There's no fear factor. There's no, when it goes to the masculinity of a man, there's no respect factor no more. That's gone out the window.
At all.
It's gone. We don't respect each other, and then we don't respect ourselves. I'm talking to the male and female.
At all. That's what
Period.
I said. Yeah. And you know what? This is nothing but a byproduct of us abandoning our conservative values. Ever since we joined that Democrat Party, historically, this is what led to us. This is where we're at. You know, I'm just looking at it as a big spear. Black people, we only been voting this same way, and this is where we get our talking points from, which they fund or gets funded by Hollywood. Like the Democrat Party, you can check the check and balancing sheet that they donate more to Hollywood and vice versa. So they're giving them their talking points, and then they putting their shows together. And we know television programming, all right, is nothing but projection, and a form of manipulation. It's propaganda at its finest, and they tell you what society is going to be for the next 5 years. They shape your mind and warp your mind. So we know that media is a form of control and manipulation, and they use that best to their advantage. And what I'm saying is that since 1964, this is the result. When Martin Luther King said, I've integrated my people into a burning building and for which we cannot escape, here we are. I'm here to tell Malcolm and Martin what Martin Luther King did. Yes, this motherfucker is incinerated. Your sons are gay. Your daughters are whores. Like that's really what it is.
That's the norm today.
And that's cool.
And everybody's okay with it. Nobody's having that talk or discussion.
Nobody. And you know who's super okay with it? The Democrats. They love it.
I don't want to understand how individual, everybody says it's about maturing and moving forward. Everybody has been through something. But at some point, something clicks in your head. Hey, I can't be doing that no more.
Mm-hmm.
I'm talking from the age of 18 to 21. Something hits you. If I keep doing this, that's going to happen. Let me try this. I don't know where it's going to lead, but if I go this way, I know what everybody goes through that. Mm-hmm. But there's no way you can have the same mindset from 18 to 45 years old. There's no way.
It's killing me.
You're telling me that. You can't live in a box like that no more. It is 2025. And looking at the news and reading the headlines and social media whatnots, the things and trends that are going on right now, it gives the mind to ponder the craziest thoughts. What's going on in that household?
Mm-hmm.
What the hell was your upbringing like? How did we get here? Because when you get in trouble as a kid back in the day, that's the first thing that counselor wanted to talk to you about. Well, Terrence, how did we get here today? What happened? They want to replay the day from when you woke up until you got in that moment and something went wrong.
Mm-hmm.
And I do that all the time when I see things. How did we get to this point? Nobody pull you aside and talk to you? Where your best friend at? Your homie? Your friends you used to mess with? Your ex? Where are these people at?
Right.
But everybody there, the moment that the danger hits, and they say the dumbest thing, why didn't you call me?
Hands up. Oh, why'd you call?
Boy,
but
you saw the signs.
Did they? When we know now that everybody is really unintelligent, we living in a society because comprehension is a form of literacy.
Body language. Since I lost my vision, I pay attention to body language more than anything.
But you're literate. Competency is a form of literacy.
Yeah.
So if we know that 52 of the population is illiterate, that means 1 in 2 black person you see, 1 in 2 American is illiterate. Like 52%. And
that is crazy.
So 26%, because we 13% of the population. Yeah, man, let's just play with the numbers of that. So 26%.
In the words of Hank Hill, that's not good math, Bobby.
Come on.
What the? The numbers are confusing.
Bro.
Like we talked about this a couple weeks ago. We were talking about the high school effect and COVID.
Mm-hmm.
That 10th graders really didn't go to school for 2 years. That have graduated high school. If you graduated high school 3 years ago, you didn't go to high school for 2 years.
Yep.
And they're out here in the world.
Yep.
No education for no formal curriculum education. Just internet education. No.
Yep.
No.
That's
and
what
they're wondering why we got a hiring freeze or we can't hire anybody. Or the only reason we want to hire people over 28 is because of this.
Yep.
That is scary right there. No schooling for 2 years some of these kids didn't have. That's why the social skills are gone.
Yeah, absolutely. And you know what? Did you watch? You remember that movie I Am Legend?
Heck yeah.
And the dude said at one of the clips when they were doing the flashback, and he came back and he saw that the zombies or whatever. He said, "Man, the social experiment, it worked." And he was saying throughout the day, he said, "This is what happened after months of de-isolation from the human social experiment, from not having regular social contact. They revert back to a primal state." Primal state. And we seeing it because people are acting more lethargic in their thoughts, active emotion. And it all started.
COVID.
Nah, fuck that. COVID was the powder keg. The social welfare program is what started the separation.
Oh, that right there is a whole.
And then, you know what I'm saying? And then slowly but surely, each layer by layer and layer. And then they threw this artificial pandemic our way where, respectfully, the math wasn't mathing when you look at the mortality rate and the people who actually contracted the disease.
Right.
You have like 100,000 people who contracted it, but, only 1,000 died.
They didn't call them whistleblowers back in the 70s and 80s. They were talking about things about the government and within our inner city struggles. But New York, Baltimore, D.C., and California for sure had some very, very pivotal situations that were going on that we can reflect on when it comes to the economic issues of black people and people of color. Mm-hmm. But one of the things, Shirley Chisholm spoke out about it a lot. Again, they were not called whistleblowers back in the day, but they were trying to tell people, inform people what was going on in low housing projects, what these programs really meant, the systematic programs that were coming out. Mm-hmm. There were people involved that knew the inner circles and stories behind it, why it was this acronym versus that acronym, why we're doing it at this school district and not in that school district. You had 2 neighboring neighborhoods in California in the 70s where one had books that was damn near 10 years outdated and one had up-to-date books. You would think the up-to-date books was in the white school. It was not. It was in the black school. And that's when that PTA mixed together. I think they made a movie about it. It's based about the educational system in California in the 70s, about the book system, how one was getting advantage and one was not. But it's crazy how they do the educational system, and you break it on down to the economic reform going on in the black American community as well as brown people community. Mm-hmm. How at that time we saw it in front of us. Everybody was telling us, but nobody listened.
Yep.
Nobody was listening.
That's our problem because everybody just want to dance. That's what I'm saying. It goes back to us. It's not cool being smart. So you could tell them that, hey, man, this ain't cool. Something going down. And then you explain it to them. Hey, nobody want to hear that shit, Jack. As we smoke our drink, party, and listening to Earth, Wind, and Fire. And Earth, Wind, and Fire is telling you in their music.
Right. Then they see that big spaceship coming and we all looking up like, uh-oh. Tried to tell you.
That's what I'm saying, man. Natalia, what's up with the internet chat? Appreciate you. But that's what I'm saying. We don't want to listen. too cool, man. We trying to be too cool and not understand like that. That's how we got it. That whole Pure Igo when they was spraying the whatever that was. It happened here in St. Louis. They did that to all of the inner city communities, and I'm seeing the after effect because the people.
Doris, Webby, all of them.
Yeah, and you seeing it like respectfully. You seeing more and more like
Blackjack, what they did out there.
Yep.
Kenlock, what they did there.
Yep, and the
Right
water
here.
with the water and shit like that.
Where the arch is at, what
Yep.
they did there.
That's what I'm saying. And then you seeing more and more of us like kind of, on the spectrum, if you will, all from the results of what they saying. And we keep voting for these same people and getting us out of line. Like we got to come back to having some conservative values.
We're not, because we don't have a voice anymore.
That's the problem. Like we got to stop listening to BET, Tyler Perry, Jasmine Crockett, you know what I mean? Beyonce, Kamala Harris. Like we can't,
When they took BET After Dark off, I was done.
Hey,
I was done. I was done.
When they took Uncut, I was done.
You can get your issue off on that one.
Man,
right there,
come
bro.
on, man.
You got a little shorty with you.
that
Put
was
that on.
soft porn, man. What you
I wasn't smoking back then. I was drinking the good, though. That
Man.
little shorty right there. We're going to watch some Uncut.
Man, Nelly
Maybe I
had
can get
that.
some cutty up in here after this.
Nelly had that tip drill video, and Ludacris had that booty popping video.
Don't
Boy,
get me started on tip drill.
boy,
'Cause
yes,
I
sir.
played on the softball circuit, and one day I see the video, and I've been playing on the circuit a few years. I paused the TV. I'm like, hey, I know that lady. So we go play a tournament a couple of weeks later, and I run into her. So I say, let me ask you a question.
Sure.
I say, is that you in the tip drill video? She's like, bruh, man, shh. Just keep that on the low.
Hell no.
Hey, there you go.
And NDA, okay?
The days of a good waiver in NDA, they go up, they speak miles and volumes.
Man, bro. Nah, that's what I'm saying. We got to get back to those days, man. I talked about it. And that's when you can go to the club and you can get danced on, bro. You can actually holler at a girl.
Clothes sweating on you and shit.
If the
You got
wall
makeup
not...
on your shirt.
Just
Just wrong parking lot pimping.
Oh,
you
man.
trying to hook your homie up. She got 2 friends, dog. Look,
Man.
we're going to go get something to eat.
We got some MD 2020.
We're going to go to her spot. Her girl got a crib down the street. We're going to go to her spot. Those were the days.
Say less,
Oh,
bro.
man.
Oh, come on.
Her homie working drive-through tonight. She got some free food.
We
for
going
us.
to
We're gonna go-
rallies.
Oh, man. Didn't nobody give a
LB,
damn where the food came from back then. Now they got standards.
Yeah.
I want to go to Cheesecake Factory. The hell you will.
Is it gluten-free?
Oh, run. Damn vegans. Them vegans and Bitcoin people, I swear, they think they're the smartest damn people on the planet. Well, let me tell you what you ought to be doing here. So you got to maximize your income and see what your fiduciary fund is doing. You got to watch what you're eating, your metabolism.
Yeah.
So I'm going to put tape on my mouth next. Put my face in a 15-bottle of water.
Man. They the worst, man. Oh, they definitely one of the worst, bro. Straight up, man.
Oh, my God. I wish everyone could just experience the 90s for 1 week.
Man, the 90s was all that.
It was the clothing, the way people talked to each other, the sports, the music, the sexual connection and vibe back then. Oh, my God.
Mm-hmm.
It was amazing. It was all about love. You can just pull up at your partner's house who ain't got no furniture yet.
Yeah.
But we having a party now.
All right, straight up.
Well, we're going to stand up here, though. We're going to stand. Don't nobody say nothing. Where your boy furniture at? Nobody say nothing. Have a house party today. Where you get that furniture at? Oh, that's a nice painting.
That's a nice
You're not here for that.
Got that shit in. Man, you ain't lying. We lost the social experiment, man. We lost to it. I was talking to my homegirl because I grew up in the 90s. I was born in there. So I was like, I was the last generation, if you will. We are the last generation to really experience those social moments, not having a cell phone, actually having a conversation with a person, knocking on a person's door, and hey, is so-and-so there? And
is Kim here?
Who
you? I'm Dre. Hold on. He slammed the door. Some boy named Dre here for you, girl.
Man. Coming down the stairs. Come in.
Why your daddy so mean?
You want to talk about nerves, bro? You got to call the phone and then her dad answer that motherfucker.
That deep voice. Hello.
Hello.
How you doing, Mr. Johnson? Is Keisha there? Who this? It's Dre. How you know her? We go to school together. Y'all talking about homework? Yes, sir. Hold on.
The worst one is be like, hey, Keisha, that boy on the phone again. Goddamn, he like, damn.
No, when they sibling pick up the phone, the other phone, they know you on the phone. They yell out, "Mom, she's still on the phone with that boy."
Oh man, that's when they had. I got it.
Hang up the phone. Shoot. Then the long cord. You go from the living room to the front porch, man.
They had them clips where they was like, you had a good conversation. You sitting on the motherfucking refrigerator, twirling and shit. So yeah, what you wearing right now?
What you wearing to school tomorrow?
What you got on? I love that shit.
Hey, somebody said something the other day that got me. It said, with Shorty leaving in the morning, and you tap that car twice, that was some good right there. Hey, what you did that? All right. See you later, Dad.
You tell her drive safe.
You drive safe now. Good time, man.
I need that thing to get home,
girl. Then she lean up, boy, you silly and stuff.
Oh shit, man, straight up. The 90s was all that.
Oh man.
I'm gonna tell you, if you guys want to experience the 90s, just cut your fucking phone off for a weekend. Just cut your phone off for one weekend. Or matter of fact, just leave it at home. You call your partner or call and be like, hey, I'm coming over to your crib, and you hang up the phone and you gonna knock on that motherfucker's door.
Don't look out for me. Close your damn door. I'm knocking on the door. The dog's gonna get the roo.
I'm knocking. I'm not texting. I'm outside. I'm knocking on the door.
Here, I'm not texting. Here, none of that.
No.
I'm on the way.
Everybody should have a 90s weekend. Just go pull up.
Well, how long is it gonna take? I'm gonna be there when I'm at.
Don't use a GPS to get nowhere, nigga. Just go off memory.
Biggest giveaway ever. That and turn my locator off. Lord.
Oh yeah, cut that off. Matter of fact, why? Are you the FBI? I don't do shit like that. But so yeah, man. Cause we getting over the hour mark, man. So how can we find common ground, guy? After everything that we said, Dre, I appreciate you coming in, man.
Oh, no problem.
The most important thing, what you said, is teamwork in relationships over competition.
It works.
Yeah, definitely.
You can talk to your partner about anything. See, men, after the BS and the trouble starts, we find out, oh, damn, I could have told her that anyway.
Ah, man.
You mean I could have told you that anyway, babe? You can tell your woman anything. If you can't tell your woman anything, and I'm not trying to say this crazy line, well, my partner is my best friend. That's not what I'm trying to say.
Mm-hmm.
All I'm saying, if you're in a relationship, you should be able to tell that person any damn thing.
Absolutely.
You don't go to the bar first, get high and drunk, coked out, and go home and say, baby, I lost my job. It's 4:15 in the morning now. we could address this at regular hours, Todd, but no, now you got me in a conundrum now.
Right.
So just have that. You can really talk with a person. Conversation's not bad. It's not confrontational. Sometimes you want to talk it out loud. Let's lay out the game plan, baby.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I know you want to go on this trip and this cruise and go see your cousin Keisha you used to kick it with back in college in Florida. We can do it, but let's plan it out. Let's talk about it.
Right.
Don't yell at me. Oh, I can't never go no damn where, but you always with your boys. Hold on now.
Wait.
Let's rewind the clock a little bit. Have those conversations.
Definitely, man. I guess I definitely would agree. Leadership in the household also doesn't mean control. It means guidance, protection, and provision. Yeah? Women want emotional, available men, but sometimes struggle to respect them. And so what does a real partnership look like to you, and what does a healthy one look like in a home?
A real partnership shows struggle on both sides. Nothing is easy. When you're in your 40s, you're losing friends. You're moving up in the financial world, your job world. Relatives are moving away. Your kids are getting older. When you're 50, you're losing people. You're definitely going to need each other then. So the older you get, the stronger the bond should get.
Mm-hmm.
You shouldn't get distant when times get hard. You get closer as you get older because you realize how simplistic the plan can be and the lifestyle can be. When you're young, you're trying to grab everything that come down. From money to attention to clothing to attention to fitting in. You're trying to grab all these things, but the older you get, you figure out how simplistic it can be.
Mm-hmm.
And you can't go back in time like in the movies or a DVD or a VHS for those
like
thinking of
Click.
that. You can't go back. You got to grasp it now. Nobody's telling you at 21 to think 30.
Mm-hmm.
That's not what nobody is telling you. We're just trying to tell you, understand what's going on around you. From your personal life to your job.
Right.
Understand what's going on around you. That's the bottom line. And nobody is paying attention. We're just yelling and talking.
Nah, for sure. Definitely, man. We need that. I know we closing. Bro, so yeah. Do you think the welfare system has helped or hurt the black families?
It has hurt people. I know 5 generations of people that I was just telling Justin, back in the day, this is no bullshit. This is what men would tell each other as a come up. Look, get your sister on welfare, man.
Come on.
And stamps. Stay with her. Stack your bread. What? And there were people buying into this.
See what I'm saying?
To get with a woman that's in Section 8, on welfare, getting food stamps. And you out here on the corner doing what you can to hustle your money, and y'all think that's teamwork. No. It's the most dumbest, idiotic plan ever.
And that's how we ended up where we at, where they saying men is trash because he left me, da-da-da-da-da.
You left yourself.
So should child support be reformed to encourage co-parenting?
It should be with a gun to the head to enforce co-parenting. Everybody's involved. This is our child. You couldn't have had it without me. You couldn't have made him without me. Mm-hmm. You couldn't have had him without me. We couldn't have had this child without each other. So why is it one-sided? Why is it a third of my income? Where yours at?
Right.
She was here too? You laid on your back in both cases to make and deliver. But don't make me the bearer of bad news.
Definitely, man. So, have you or someone you know been affected by unfair child support ruling?
Right here.
That's what I'm saying. Like, hey, I know me too. Goddamn.
Oh man. Look here. Oh man.
Yeah, I can't stand it, bro. I think me personally. Justin left, so we got more time, bro. I guess after hours. Sure you don't want to hop on, bro? You enjoyed it live? We got a live studio audience in this motherfucker, bro. But yeah, man. So, do you think? I asked you that, man. You said so. Do you think that it should be abolished, child support, or do you think it just should be reformed in a way?
But if you abolish it, here's the thing. If you get two parents together, barely rubbing 2 nickels together, and they decide to go out here and procreate life, where's the financial responsibility for the child? Who's going to ensure the child is getting proper food, proper medication, without the state getting involved? Who's going to do that? Where's the protocol for that? See, that's why I don't want the finger pointing and the bullshit. Yeah, that child raises a village stuff. Yeah, that shit worked in the 50s, 60s, and 70s, and 80s. No child is raising a village anymore. If you want the village to raise your child, they're going to take your child and do crazy things to your child.
That's real.
So to keep the parents on point and true to it, if we going off your hustle money, we going off your real money the government knows about, how are we supposed to rectify this situation where the most important thing is the child? Once you have a child, what you feel and think is out the window. Mm-hmm. It's gone. You have no say-so. And if we get to that point, I think then we get more responsibility on the mother and father. But right now, we got manipulation sex going on.
Right.
We got vengeful sex going on. We don't have no love. Who laid down and said we get married because we want to have a kid within the next year, so we'll be going at it real hard the next 3 to 6 months? Nobody does that. When the last time you known a couple to go to bed together?
Right.
No, who? Let's turn down the bed sheet together, baby. That only happens in fictitious 80s and 90s movies. You fall asleep on the couch or the love seat or the futon or in the basement playing a video game. Mm-hmm. Somebody gets woken up at 2 or 3 in the morning, come and get in the bed. Only time you go into bed together is get some action.
That's it.
That's it. And then one of y'all going to get up and go watch TV or Law and Order. Dum-dum.
Oh God, man, that's funny as hell, man. For real, dog. So oh man, you fucked me up with that one,
We
man.
don't do nothing together. We don't eat dinner together. You got the kids at the table on their phone.
Yep.
Calling mama a dude, a man. What? What you call me? You gonna talk to your son? And he's still telling you about his back and his knee. Ain't nobody heard him. You got the teenage girl just coming in late, ain't told nobody nothing. Just got a license parked on the grass again.
Right.
Everybody eat dinner at different times, different parts of the house. There's no cell phone time. We have lost the value of the days of the TV dinner.
Definitely.
Lost
Definitely.
it.
Big
It's gone.
time on that. And that's why I'm saying, like, the nuclear family has been destroyed, man, slowly. We don't like to interact with each other. We don't talk to each other no more. Communication is dead, and that way,
The
without
leaders of the
communication,
family
you can't
gone.
build a nation. They don't. Yeah, and you saw they demonized Felicia Rashad, so it's like we don't respect our elders no more. They say fuck them kids, fuck them old folks. Old folks need to respect us. In order to get respect, you got to give it. It's like we got. When does it end? When does it end?
I'm glad all my kids tested me in their teenage years. I'm talking 12 to 15. Them the jump off years.
Yeah.
All black parents know what I'm talking about. That girl gonna get a little chest hair. That boy gonna see his arm definition coming in. Somebody told him he cute, get to smell himself. They gonna try to test you. Them the teenagers. When your kid in their 20s and 30s and they still come with that craziness, something going on.
Right.
There's something off kilter here. Like last week, those 3 teenage girls attacked their mom over Wi-Fi. You hit your mom with a brick, and you pulled out knives on your mother.
On your mama.
There's no way that woman doesn't have any brothers, their uncles. There's no way.
Shit, how can you when they absent in the community?
Gone.
Remember they removed the man.
Gone.
So he's probably on child support, or they choosing a bad man, so he's probably locked up.
Or they lied on Mr. Johnson. He touched me. Now Mr. Johnson got to move
Come
away.
on. So or maybe he did. It's you know what I'm saying? Maybe he did touch
It's
it. and
craziness
removed.
going
so
on,
it's
man.
like our community is gone. There is no village.
And
It's just pillage.
In the family, we done lost grandma and grandpa.
Gone.
The ones that kept the family together. We done kept we lost the family spokesperson.
The matriarch of the family.
Gone. Both versions.
Yep.
The leaders of the new school, they're too social media for the great uncles and great aunts and great cousins. They not into the social media scene. So we got to figure out that connection as well. It's a lot of connections we're missing out there. We got to figure out a way to get the pipeline back together.
We need to establish hierarchy again. Like once we come back with conservative values, like the reason why other communities do well is because they all have values that keep them united. Like white people know, I don't care if they're Christian, Irish, Catholic, whatever. White people got the same type of background, bro. And it's motherfucking work, family, goddamn me, and nigga having some type of income to pass to the next family member. Like every person that I know, same thing when you look at the Indian community or the Asian. Work, family, and some type of good job that you could pass down to your lineage. Like those are the 3 things, and it's even reflected in their religion. Their religion tells them to be a good person.
The really successful ones have those, the family values, the religion, the give back to the community, teach back to their own family. We're keeping it where it's not, so to speak, a nepotism, but it turns into a nepotism business, like Sam and Son Furnace Company.
Yep.
We don't see those anymore like we used to. Back in the day, we saw that because we knew the Sam was going to run it one day and then pass on to his son and so forth. We don't see those anymore in the business.
Son don't want to do it no more.
Right.
They got bought up by Sears. Sears got bought up by Amazon.
Well, he done found out he can get his degree on social media.
But the problem is that we don't even encourage continue. Like, all right, cool, take the business to the next level to compete in this marketplace. All right, you don't want to do that? Well, do something that still can pour back into our resources. We too selfish in our community.
They're trying to come up on a self-inflicted come up.
Yep. And those Tyler Perry films, no shade, Mr. Perry, those BET films, though, they all perpetuate the same motion.
They're all the same.
Hey.
They all...
A transgender cisgendered, cross-dressing man, no shade, that's heavily supported in God and religion, all right, that demonize the man. Oddly enough, it's always a dark-skinned brother who's the villain. I don't know. Coincidence. And then some light-skinned Shamar Moore brother is always the hero. And then the dark-skinned sister is the villain who gets demonized, the black sheep, if you will. And then the light-skinned, curly-haired, pretty girl is always the damsel in distress who needs rescue. But secretly, she's a bitch.
See, that's what I admire about Spike Lee, what he did in the movie School Days. He kept the light-skinned people doing the making of this movie in one part. And he kept the dark-skinned people in one part. Just to get the portrayal of that in the film.
Mm-hmm.
Because how you just said, for some reason, black people, we give a difference in light-skinned people and dark-skinned people.
Yep.
In a minute. We associate that already with Keisha and Monica. If one light-skinned or dark-skinned, we already in tuned ourselves with the type of person that they are. Like I talked about on my show the other day about shoes that a woman wear. We already have in our head, if we see a woman with Chuck Taylors on, she come with some bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
It's just things like
small
that.
things like that, yeah.
It's the little bitty things like that that seem to get in the way as we're trying to figure out this new way to communicate with each other and move it forward and keep it peaceful.
Yeah, definitely, man. It's things, man. We gotta come together, man, black folks. So we're gonna leave it right there, man. This has been another great episode of Cartoons and Cuts. Dre, man, any closing thoughts, bro, before we leave, man?
No, man, I just want people to always, in the end, think about yourself first. I know it may sound selfish, but if you're not happy, nobody else will be around you. Your energy is responsibility for the sun that lights and shines around you. So make sure that you're happy. Whatever it takes, make sure that you are happy. I tell that to men and women each and every day. Your happiness matters.
Definitely, man. I would agree with that. As for me, man, I would just like to say, guys, get out there, man, and love yourself. Like I said, if there's one thing that you guys can do today, is fellas, you don't have to holler at every girl that you see. All right? So it's okay to open up a door for her. All right? Smile, nod, and wave. Ladies, not every man is trying to holler at you.
Bingo.
Not every man is trying to holler at you. Some of us, we are gentlemen. Because remember, 78% of us was raised by our mom. So with that being said,
damn, that's high.
Say thank you. Say thank you when somebody opens up the door for you. Okay? Please. That's all we asking. Say thank you, smile, nod, and wave. All right, man. So I'm your boy, Mr. Martial Arts Media. This has been another great episode of Cartoons and Cuts. I'm going to leave you with another track as we get up out of here. This is Reggie's son called Gas You Up. Let's get it. It's that grown man music because that's what I'm trying to usher in. That grown people era.
Yeah. Look at your fine ass. Gas you up. Yeah.
Oh, also, man, I want to say thank you guys. Next week I have a guest coming in. Next week I got a guest that will be coming in. We're going to be talking about financial literacy, man. So you guys definitely want to tune in to another episode of Cartoons and Cuts. To everybody who was in the chat, I want to say thank you so much for coming on in the chat. Thank you, my guest, Dre Montez. Next week I got a very special guest, Mia. We'll be in the building, man, and she will talk about financial literacy and how you can plan for your estate. You feel me? Not just here in this life, but the afterlife. Okay? I'm your boy, Mr. Martial Arts Media. This is another Cartoons and Cuts episode. I love you. You love me. We one big ass family. Come get me, Barney. Yeah.
And you bought them down to sign, yeah. Baby girl, you hella fine, yeah. And I would even pay you for your free time, cause I know what it's worth. So put a nigga on your gender, baby. Legs throwing up the peace sign while I'm all on that pearl. I made that kitty purr, you pretty lady. How you coming to the south side? someone as pretty as you come around me available. I wanna see you now and later, boo. Sweet like candy, cheese like Sandy, Beach, Miami, 2-piece on with designer shade. Now I'm on a search trying to find a way to skip time, make you mine a day. I got a fetish for them brown skin girls, thick girls.